Hello, everyone, and a massive, warm welcome back to the Inspire English podcast. I am so incredibly happy to be here with you today. I'm Emily.
And I'm David. It is great to be back. We want to have a deep, relaxed conversation about a topic that everyone loves.
That's right. Today, we are talking about the weekend, those 2 magical days that we all look forward to.
It's interesting, isn't it, Emily? The weekend is such a universal concept, yet everyone treats it differently. I'm curious, when you hear the word weekend, what is the first thing that comes to your mind?
Oh, that is easy. Freedom. Absolute freedom. For me, the weekend represents a break from the routine. It's a time to let your hair down.
Let your hair down. That is a great idiom to start with. For our listeners, could you explain what that means?
Of course. To let your hair down means to relax completely and behave freely, usually after a period of hard work. It's about stopping the professional behavior and just being yourself.
I love that. I think my definition is slightly different. When I think of the weekend, I think of the phrase recharging my batteries.
I like that too. You see the weekend as a recovery period.
Exactly. During the week, I feel like I am burning the candle at both ends. That means I am working late and getting up early, doing too much. So Saturday and Sunday are for sleep and quiet time.
See, this is where we are different, David. I am definitely not a couch potato. A couch potato. That is a classic expression. That describes a person who spends a lot of time sitting and watching television, right? Exactly. And there's nothing wrong with that. But I prefer to be active. I want to make the most of every hour. I might go hiking, meet friends for brunch, or maybe even paint the town red on a Saturday night. Paint the town red. That sounds intense. That means to go out and enjoy yourself flamboyantly, usually drinking and dancing, correct? That is correct. Although these days, painting the town red for me usually just means a nice dinner and a movie. I think as we get older, our definition of a wild night changes. It certainly does. You know, Emily, I've been thinking about the psychology of the weekend. Have you ever noticed that Friday evening feels very different from Sunday evening? Oh, absolutely. They are worlds apart. Friday evening is full of anticipation. The possibilities are endless. But Sunday evening, that can be tricky. Yes. In English, we actually have a modern slang term for that specific anxiety we feel on Sunday nights. We call it the Sunday scaries. The Sunday scaries. Yes, that dread of the upcoming work week. It's that feeling in your stomach when you realize the freedom is ending. How do you deal with that, David? Well, I try to get a head start. I usually spend a little time on Sunday afternoon preparing for Monday. I might iron my shirts or make a list. It gives me peace of mind. That is very sensible. Peace of mind is so important. It means a feeling of being safe or protected from worry. I think I need to adopt your strategy. Usually I am rushing around on Monday morning. Tell me, Emily, in your opinion, what makes a perfect weekend? Is it doing everything or doing nothing? That is a deep question. I think the perfect weekend is a balance. You need a little bit of productivity, maybe cleaning the house or doing grocery shopping, so you feel organized. But you also need quality time with people you love. Quality time. That is a crucial phrase. It means time spent giving all your attention to someone to strengthen your relationship. Exactly. If I spend Saturday seeing friends and Sunday reading a book, I feel fresh as a daisy on Monday morning. Fresh as a daisy, meaning energetic and healthy. I think that is the goal for all of us. But tell me, do you ever feel guilty if you do absolutely nothing? Sometimes. We live in a society that values being busy. If I spend all day in my pajamas, I sometimes feel like I've wasted the day. I understand that, but I read something recently that said, time you enjoy wasting is not wasted time. Oh, David, I love that. That is profound. We need to remember that resting is also an activity. It is essential for our mental health. Agreed. So for our listeners practicing their English, the weekend is also a great opportunity. Yes, It is the perfect time to watch a movie in English without subtitles, or perhaps listen to a podcast like this one while you are cooking breakfast. Or you could try to keep a diary. Write down 3 things you did over the weekend. It helps you practice the past tense verbs, which can be tricky. That is a fantastic tip. Using the language in a relaxed setting helps it stick in your brain. Before we wrap up, Emily, do you have any big plans for this coming weekend? I do. I am planning to hit the road. Hit the road? Where are you going? I'm driving to the coast. To hit the road just means to begin a journey, usually by car. I need some ocean air. What about you, David? I think I will keep it low-key. Low-key. That means quiet and relaxed, not attracting much attention. Exactly. Just books, coffee, and maybe a short walk. That sounds like heaven to me. It sounds lovely. Well, listeners, we hope you enjoyed this conversation. We used a lot of idioms today. Let your hair down, recharge your batteries, couch potato, and paint the town red. We also talked about the Sunday scaries, having peace of mind, and keeping things low-key. We recommend listening to this episode a few times to really understand the context of these phrases. Absolutely. And let us know, are you like Emily, who loves to be active, or are you like me, who prefers to relax? We would love to hear from you. Have a wonderful week, everyone, and an even better weekend when it finally arrives. Goodbye, everyone. Take care. Bye. So, David, we are going to model a natural conversation for our listeners. I have to ask, how was your weekend?
It was wonderful, Emily. Thank you for asking. My weekend was very low-key.
Oh, that is a great phrase, low-key. Can you explain what that means for our listeners?
Of course. When we say something is low-key, it means it was relaxed, quiet, and not very busy. I didn't have any big plans. I just wanted to recharge my batteries.
Recharge your batteries. I love that idiom. It means to rest so you can get your energy back, just like charging a phone. So what did you do to recharge?
Well, on Saturday morning, I decided to sleep in.
Ah, the best feeling in the world. To sleep in means to wake up later than you usually do, right?
Exactly. I usually wake up at 7 a.m. for work, but on Saturday, I didn't get out of bed until 10 a.m. It was glorious. After that, I just pottered around the house.
Pottered around. That is a very natural British and American phrase. It means doing small, easy tasks without rushing, like watering plants or tidying up a bookshelf.
Precisely. I watered my plants, made a large cup of coffee, and read a book for 2 hours. I felt like a bit of a couch potato, but I needed it.
There is nothing wrong with being a couch potato sometimes. That idiom describes someone who sits on the sofa or couch and watches TV or relaxes for a long time. Did you go out at all?
I did go out on Saturday evening. I met an old friend for dinner. We went to that new Italian restaurant downtown. The pizza really hit the spot.
Hit the spot. That means it was exactly what you wanted or needed, right? Usually we use it for food or drink.
Yes, the food was delicious and the conversation was great. But enough about my quiet weekend. Emily, knowing you, your weekend was probably packed.
You know me too well, David. Yes, my weekend was incredibly busy. It was jam-packed.
Jam-packed. That means completely full, with no empty space. What did you do?
Well, I am an early bird, so I woke up at 6 a.m. on Saturday.
6 a.m. on a Saturday? That is too early for me.
I know, but I wanted to go hiking. I drove to the mountains with my sister. The weather was perfect, sunny but with a cool breeze. We hiked for about 4 hours.
That sounds exhausting, but also very rewarding. Did you take many photos?
Hundreds. The view from the top was breathtaking, but by the time we finished, I was starving. We stopped at a diner to grab a bite.
To grab a bite. That is a very common casual phrase for getting some food quickly. What did you eat?
I had a massive burger. After all that exercise, I felt I deserved it. But honestly, David, by Saturday night, I was ready to crash.
To crash means to go to sleep very quickly because you are extremely tired.
Exactly. I was asleep by 9 p.m. But then Sunday was also busy. I had to run errands.
Running errands. That is important vocabulary. Can you list some examples of errands?
Sure. Errands are the small jobs you need to do outside the house. So I went grocery shopping, I went to the post office to mail a package, and I took my car to the car wash. It wasn't fun, but it was productive. It feels good to be productive. It helps you prepare for the week ahead. Speaking of the week ahead, do you ever get the Sunday scaries? The Sunday scaries. That is a very modern term. That is the feeling of anxiety or nervousness you get on Sunday evening when you think about going back to work on Monday. Yes, I think many of our listeners recognize that feeling. Did you have the Sunday scaries yesterday? A little bit, but I have a routine to help with that. I like to meal prep. I cook my lunches for the week on Sunday night. It helps me feel organized. That is a smart idea. Being prepared helps reduce stress. So, David, looking back at our conversation, we have two very different styles of weekends. You had a relaxing, low-key weekend, and I had an active, productive weekend. And both are perfectly fine. That is the beauty of the weekend. It is your time to do what makes you happy. Before we finish, let's review the key vocabulary we used today. I will say the phrase, and David, you give a short definition. Ready? I am ready. First, low-key. Relaxed, not busy, and quiet. Second, to sleep in. To wake up later than usual in the morning. Third, couch potato. A funny phrase for someone who spends a lot of time sitting and watching TV. Fourth, hit the spot. Something that was exactly what you needed or wanted, usually food. Fifth, early bird. A person who likes to wake up early in the morning. And finally, to run errands. To go out and do necessary tasks like shopping or banking. Perfect. Listeners, we hope you enjoyed this conversation. We encourage you to practice. Try to describe your last weekend out loud. Was it low-key or was it jam-packed? We will see you next time. Have a great week, everyone. Goodbye.